Welcome guys to another video, and today I will be talking about last weekend where I competed in the New Zealand National Schools Triathlon competition. So on Friday afternoon I arrived at a motel after a long 3-hour drive to stay with my school triathlon team. I had to share a room with two other boys who were a fair bit younger than me. They got to have the bigger beds upstairs, while I was stuck with the small bed under the stairs. I honestly felt like Harry Potter in the first movie. After we had butter chicken for dinner, one of the boys went to hang out with the girls in their room, because he was just too cool for us, which left me with the other boy, who would constantly play TikToks at a high volume while I was trying to stay sane by watching YouTube. We went to bed at 9:30, which is probably the earliest I've went to bed in about 2 months, so falling asleep was a bit of a struggle. We were allowed to sleep in until 7:45 the next morning, but the two other boys decided to come downstairs before that, and I was just like, why? I can't sleep while they're down here, so I got up. After breakfast, we headed out to ride and run through the course for the triathlon tomorrow. Since I was the only one there who was in the under 19 age group, our triathlon team organizer showed me my course individually because mine was different. It was so annoying. My bike course consisted of 4 laps of a 5 kilometer course, which all included a massive hill. But the younger students' course didn't have any hills, which I found quite unfair. We also did some transition practice and some swimming, which was terrifying at first, because I forgot to bring down my wetsuit for this and the water was freezing. I was literally swimming with my head out of the water at the start of the swim, because I was hyperventilating. After that, we went to registration, and it took us about 30 minutes to find where it was, because people were just giving us the complete wrong directions. My race number was 4030, and I was thinking, does this mean that I'm gonna come 40th out of 30 people? I mean, probably. We then went to the transition area to see where we come in from the swim and from the bike. My allocated position to set up all of my transition gear was right in the middle, which meant that it was going to be impossible to find my bike after the swim. I also noticed that the start of the bike was up a hill, which made me nervous because I was worried that I was going to fail to get on the bike while going up the hill and then fall off and make a fool of myself. After registration, we went for a walk through the New Plymouth Bridge, and it wasn't that fun because it was super windy, like some of the younger kids were nearly blown into a bush. When we got back to the motel, the cool boy went to the girls' room again, and me and the other boy actually talked to each other while having butter chicken for dinner again. Like, I enjoyed staying at this motel, but do we really have to have the same dinner 2 nights in a row? Like, come on. When we went to bed at around 9:30, it took me over an hour to fall asleep, because I was so nervous. I was thinking about everything that could possibly have gone wrong in this race, and I could hear my heart rate pounding through the pillow. When the next day came, I was pumped and ready to race. However, it made me laugh at how underprepared the other boys really were. Let's just say that one of them didn't even know how to change his bike gears, and the course had hills, so he was going to need to figure that out. The other boy had never actually done swimming training in his life, so he was in for a real treat swimming in the ocean. My race was scheduled last, so I got to watch the younger triathletes race first, and most of them came in the middle of the pack, so they did pretty good. After that, it was time for my race. We started on the beach, so I knew that I was going to need to sprint into that water, because if I didn't, I was going to be stuck at the back of the pack, which would be hard to make up later on, so sprint I did. The swim was 2 laps of a marked out course. We had to run around a buoy on the beach in between laps. And let's just say that swimming again after running back in made the swim so much harder. The current was also really strong, so the waves gave me a good smack. I finished the swim in medal position with a 750-meter swim time of around 12 minutes. But I got immediately overtook because I couldn't take my stupid wetsuit off. My first transition was pretty bad, as I struggled to put my bike shoes on, and the run to the mountain line was so unbelievably long. I was nervous getting on the bike up that hill, but I managed to because I put my bike on a really low gear beforehand. Yeah, my bike leg could have been better. I underestimated how hard the hill was, and I felt like I could have gone faster up the hill if I got off my bike and ran up it. I went from 3rd place to 10th on the bike, which was not good. My bike to run transition was pretty awful, as it took me a solid century to put my running shoes on. My run was good though, as I closed in a sub 20-minute 5k. One competitor overtook me at the start of the run, but then I caught back up to him, which felt incredible. So I ended up coming 10th in the New Zealand National Triathlon competition, with a total time of 1 hour and 18 minutes, which would normally be a slow time for me, but the hills on the bike course made everyone's time a lot slower overall. So overall, I was very happy with my performance. I can see room for a lot of improvement for next season. Thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you in the next one.